Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Sunday, the 14th of August, 2022. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Lightseers Tarot for today's reading. Let's see what these cards have to say about Sunday and what energy you'll be working with. So I'm just going to shuffle these and choose 3 cards. First card is 6 of Cups. Okay. The Knight of Swords. Interesting. And the 8 of Cups. Wow. Okay, so this seems like a very cosmic, massive day here. And each person is in this major process. So we've got the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups is usually, what is it? Usually it's a girl who's presenting a cup filled with flowers to this tiny woman next to her. And they're in a courtyard in this church. And it's about selfless love. And it's about, you know, that moment of giving someone a gift. And the whole thing is about, I want to see the joy that that gift creates in the other person. It's really this selfless kind of, I want to do something for you to make you happy. And here we've got man and his best friend. We've got this, which is so interesting here. We've got this little kid and the puppy. And then we've got the older man with the older dog. I don't think they know how dog years work. It's obviously not the same boy, right? Okay, or the same dog. So the 6 of Cups is about, I suppose, being selfless, and it's about man's best friend. It's just that loyalty, that sense of intimacy, that this is someone who has my back. I can trust this person. If I turn my back, I know they're still going to be there watching out for me and not stabbing me in the back. This is like a person or a connection or a place or a thing that I really trust. And I know that in my core that this is someone and something worth trusting. Okay, so we've got the relationship, I suppose, then with the inner child. I really get to know myself here. And it's a relationship in your actual life. Another person can be a man or a woman who you can open up to and really share what you're going through. And they're going to receive that and kind of give you something in return, like something positive, feedback, some sort of emotional perspective that you hadn't had before. And then we've got the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords here, we've got all these. So first of all, we've got this guy running around. He's wearing this sports gear. Then he's got a crossbow on his back. And then there's a motorcycle. So these are all very, and we've got this, raven or crow flying around. So we've got all of these niche interests. Okay, so first of all, the Knight of Swords is a card that's about rushing into a situation before you have all the details. Being reckless, not thinking things through. And also this delusion of, I know what I'm doing, or I'm going to pretend to know what I'm doing, and I'm just going to blend into this situation. It's that kind of, what's the word? Bravado. You know, like someone who like, in that film, Catch Me If You Can, like someone who pretends to be a doctor or a pilot, and just because he's able to project that role so well, he cons everyone else into believing that's what he is. So it's that willful, well, that's an extreme example. But sometimes, you know, faking it to make it, to get into a situation you want to be in. So the Knight of Swords is a kind of controversial figure. On the one hand, he makes mistakes, and obviously conning people into believing untruths is also a mistake. But he is able to influence and use information and work through it, I suppose, to understand who he is himself. And he sometimes has to go to extremes to discover that. So then we've got the crossbow, which is like this sport, I suppose. Isn't there like a sport called a decathlon where there's like 10 things you have to do? And archery is one of them? Could be. So that would be a test of your own skill. But a crossbow seems more like a weapon to me. So it's about hunting and shooting. So what is it that I'm after? What is it that I'm pointing my bow and arrow at? What could provide me with freedom in my life? And also, how do I overcome the negativity? And then the motorbike, you've got your own wheels here. What gives me more freedom? How do I get to where I want to go quickly? How can I leave the rest behind? And also the motorcycle is a really loaded kind of societal thing. It's associated with masculinity and like being a rebel in society, like someone who doesn't conform, someone who gets on this bike knowing that there's an added danger in traffic and who still does it. And then the whole thing about looking cool or having some sort of role. So all of these things, the running, the crossbow, the bike, maybe these are notions of the self that you thought you wanted to buy into, but that you found difficult to create. I feel that this is like what's being singled out, this card in the middle. Because the Six of Cups, I have a genuine relationship with my inner child. I'm now seeing what kind of things I adapted from society, what I thought I was supposed to be. I now realize that I've achieved certain things, like I got the motorbike and I do the running, but I still haven't mastered the crossbow and the total freedom. But that being on a journey, that's okay. And it doesn't matter whether I got 0 out of 4, bike, running, crossbow, freedom, or I got 4 out of 4. Ultimately, I have access to comfort and a sense of belonging and being in the right place at the right time already, regardless of whether I achieve things in a real world sense. Wow, so there's a major sense of acceptance coming in, saying, you know what, I'm trying my best. I am going in the right direction. I'm even interested in personal improvement and improving my relationships and my circumstances in life. But at the same time, I realize that I'm not just my circumstances. I have already come a long way, and that I can feel comfortable and enjoy the moment, being in this limbo state of the past, the present, and the tension between the present and my future, where I want to go. I don't have to be pushed or pulled excessively in one or the other direction, and I can exist in the now. Okay, so the Knight of Swords is still trying to progress to become the king. So he doesn't always get it right, but here he's got a lot of understanding on this day that he feels he can drop. 8 of Cups, usually that's someone walking away from 8 cups which are lined up. And the card is about having a lot of good stuff in your life already that doesn't fulfill you anymore, and having graduated and now pursuing something else that feels more enriching and important. Here we've got all these cups which are sunk. One is still burning, which to me seems greater than, I mean, this is like a miracle. If you've got a cup that floats with this eternal flame in it, then that's something I'd contemplate, because that's magical. But she's even bored of that, and or he is saying, you know what, I'm going to see what's over the horizon down there. And it's this super strong feeling that my identity, or what I'm looking for in life, is over there. It's not here yet. So initially I saw this card as a sense of ease and comfort that you can tap into at any time, like just walking on a beach. That to me seems like a very serene, positive thing. But in this case, it's my identity. It's more important to me than some sort of magical thing that I always felt I wanted. So again, it's what's much more important to me is the relationship I have with myself in life, who I feel I am, and this making myself happy in the now. That's much more important than any magical persona I thought I had to take on so that things work for me on planet Earth. What's going to be much more rewarding is if I find a relationship with myself that really works here on planet Earth. And then importantly, and the irony is, it's when I have that relationship with myself where I'm happy, then I become something exceptional that will work on planet Earth. But not because I'm faking it to make it, to try and acquire it and to grow into it, but because it stems from a rich place from within that I've now reached. So it's the difference between acquiring some sort of role or title, teacher or athlete or crossbow expert. It's having a sense of joy and an interest that then spills over into a specific area. So, what does your inner child want to reveal to you about yourself? And that then is walking away from things that you've achieved so far, but you're still on a journey to become the you that you want to be. So you've got the best opportunity to actually make that happen today. Your inner child is there saying, here's the energy and the joy and the things that come up naturally. Here's the recognition that some of the things you've tried for in the past are faulty. And let's meet in the middle here of a place of, I believe in my inner child and I'm going to continue to pursue it. And I'm going to leave things behind that I've graduated, even if some of those things have been magical. I can do even more wondrous things in future if I continue to believe in my inner child. So it's a process of, or it's tapping into this endless cycle of renewal and being something that you already are, but that you want to manifest and realize on planet Earth. And then it's spring cleaning and keeping all the ridiculousness at bay and moving in the right direction. So I think that on this day you feel very good about where you are in your life, who you are, where you're at, where you've come from, and really what the future holds. So if you're making any changes that seem kind of epic and that affect your destiny, because I mean, someone walking alone on the beach and someone here running towards the bike, and they all seem very important, these moments. We've got space, we've got the sun setting, and then we've got this overcast sky. So we've got all these different states of the human experience, and it's really doing something for yourself that exists beneath anything changeable. So it's like taking control of the personal spiritual weather and letting that affect your experience on planet Earth rather than the other way around. 6 and 1 is 7, and 8 is 15. Is that right? 8 and 1 is 9, and 5 is 15. Yep. 1 and 5 is 6, and 6 in numerology is a temporary opportunity. So it's to drop the act and to get real with yourself so that you can feel better, basically, and make peace with yourself. Oh, I love that. Just saying that is like peaceful. I've made peace with myself. I'm at peace with myself. Everything I do is peaceful. That might be a good affirmation to tap into those kind of vibes, and something good will stem from that. Okay, I hope you have a great day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.